Among the elements of a valid contract, we've briefly taken a look at consideration. We know this, that consideration is the price of the promise of another person. That is, whatever is exchanged between parties to a contract is consideration. So if you are buying a car, the price you pay is consideration for the automobile maker or the car dealership, and the car is your consideration, what you receive in exchange for the amount which you have paid, and thereby you also become the owner of the car. Now, an agreement without consideration is considered to be void, and in this video, I, Dr. Mariam Narona, will be explaining the exceptions to this rule. What do we mean firstly by an agreement without consideration is void, and then we'll be taking a look at exceptions to this rule. Now, can you have an exchange between parties without consideration? So, all of us have received gifts, and we know that a gift is free. That is a meaning of a gift, that you don't really have to give anything in return for a gift. And a promise without consideration is a gift, according to Salmond and Winfield. A promise without consideration is a gift. So, the necessity of a consideration in a valid contract is so important, it is so critical, that without consideration you cannot have a contract. If you have an exchange without consideration, then that would by and large amount to a gift, and it's not really a contract. But all of us know that reality is different, and there may be some cases in which there may be contracts without consideration. So let's just take a look at those exceptional circumstances and situations in which you may have a contract without consideration, without anything being exchanged between parties. Let's just take a look at the exceptions to the rule no consideration, no contract. Which are those contracts which are perfectly valid and enforceable even when there is no consideration which is exchanged between parties? So the first such agreement would be, or contract would be, that which is born out of natural love and affection. So if a parent leaves some property or money to the child, and this is by means of a will which could be registered, then, or say a deed, whereby by executing a deed they transfer a piece of property to their child, then no consideration is required to pass between the parent and the child. That means the child need not pay the parent, even though he's not paying the price of the property, or he may have done nothing to deserve the amount of money that his parents are leaving him. Then such an agreement or contract is perfectly valid. Then compensation for past voluntary services. So something like somebody's done something voluntarily for you. Your house was on fire, they helped you to douse it, to save your belongings, to save your family, or you lost a wallet and they took the trouble of looking for you and returning it to you. You may compensate such a person for their voluntary services which they have rendered in the past, and that consideration can be any amount. It need not be a substantial amount. Any amount is fair enough what you want to give, because this was done voluntarily. Then any gifts which have been made, which pass between the donor and the donee. So if you given a pair of earrings as a gift to a friend, or a chain or a piece of jewelry, anything that you have given as a gift, even if that person does not do anything in return for you, as not obviously, since it's a gift, they are not going to pay you the price for it, then also such a contract is perfectly valid. Then in case of the contract of agency, now no consideration is necessary for you to appoint someone as an agent. Like if the at a later stage, whenever it is a sale is executed or the agent acts on your behalf, you may pay him a commission or something like that. But the formation of that contract of agency, appointing someone as your agent, does not require any consideration to begin with. Then an agreement to accept lesser performance. So here also it could be something like, if you have hired somebody to redecorate your house, and you find that after they have worked on one room that you don't like it, you have some creative differences with them, you may have paid them 5 lakh rupees as an advance, but they may have completed work which is worth only 1.5 or 2 lakhs, and then you may decide that, okay, I don't want to continue with this person, and so you may accept that one room what you have done for me is fine, thus far and no further, I don't need you to work with me ahead. So such type of an agreement to accept lesser performance. Or sometimes we find this with tuitions, that is people are appointed, and supposing you have paid an advance fees of a month and you don't like the way that person is teaching your child, then after a week or after 2-3 days you may discontinue, and you may not even ask for that money in return, because it is paid out in advance, the class money. You will not ask for a refund, and that means they've really not done what was expected of them in return for the value which you have paid out already. So that is also an exception. Then promise of contribution to charity. So now anything that you give in charity is ideally you're not getting anything other than a satisfaction that you have helped somebody. So such type of consideration is contract is perfectly valid, even though there is nothing that you are getting material in exchange for it. So that is perfectly perfectly valid. So let's say that you come across an orphanage, and that orphanage requires some repairs and maintenance to be carried out, and you say that you are willing to pay an X amount, 50,000 rupees, towards that repair and maintenance work. And if a contractor is hired by the orphanage to complete that job, then you are liable to pay that amount to the contractor, even though he's not doing something for you, he's doing it for the orphanage. And by giving that amount, you are merely donating or helping society. So this kind of contract is also perfectly valid. So those are exceptions to the rule: no consideration, no contract. So I hope it was clear to you that you can have contracts even when there is no consideration which is being exchanged between parties. It is true that consideration is fundamental to the essence of a contract, but yes, in certain exceptional circumstances and situations, it is possible that there may be a contract without consideration, and I have discussed the exceptions to the rule: no consideration, no contract, with you. Please do hit like if you found this video useful and informative. Do share your comments and feedback, and please check out the content on this channel and subscribe to it if you find it useful. Do feel free to share it with other students who you feel might benefit from it. Thank you.